Okay, welcome to your website. This is what the website looks like on the outside, and then what I'm going to do is take you in behind the scenes of the website first. But before I do, I just want to explain to you the layout of the website, how it looks, the feel, and how you can navigate yourself around it to make it much more user-friendly for yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just to talk to you about a couple of things on the website before we actually go behind the scenes. And these here, see these tabs here across the top of the page, all the way down to here is what's known as pages. Okay, in behind the website, these are individual pages. Okay, so if I just did that, that's one page, 2 pages, 3 pages, so forth, 5, 6, what we got, 7 in total. Yeah, looks like it. So these are all pages inside the website. Okay, this area here is what's known as a widget section. Okay, and I'll talk to you about that inside your website too. Up here we have a search functionality. So if somebody presses on this, they can search. We have it connected through to the Facebook page as well, so you can do that. I don't know whether you have a YouTube channel, but you can actually direct this through to YouTube, or if you have a Twitter channel, this is also a function that you can do within the website itself. So this is what it looks like more or less. Let's just take them all off for a minute. On the outside, that, you know, and then we have our Facebook integration page there. Now you can actually move these up and down. I'll show you the functions, how to do that if you want to do that later on. We have the fixtures here on this side, and we can add photographs and text also behind the scenes. Okay, so in order for you to do that, what you need to do is you need to add on to your address. So if you've got let me just bring this up here a little bit further so we can see it. So if you have a sorry, let's do that again. So now here we are. So if you have a concediboysfootballclub.com, your way to get into your WordPress blog is simply put in wp login.php. okay, and then you put your password in, your username in, and then what you're presented with is a website just like this here. Okay, let's drag this down here again so we see it. So this is in behind the actual page itself. Remember, the first page is what you see, what people see on the outside is pretty much like this, and what you can see is the back office basically. And I will just want to explain to you about what these things are on the left hand side, so you get used to them before you do anything else. And now what I've done is I've actually made some setting changes to your pages anyway, so that'll help you along the way. Okay, but here's our pages. Do you remember we were talking about our pages? So if we go down to the pages section here, all right, we have posts, media, pages, comments, players, fixtures, galleries, appearance, plugins, user, tools, and settings. These are the ones that are basically controlling the panel. Okay, so for instance, we want to take a look at the pages. Simply go down to pages, all pages, click on that, and what we're doing is we're presented then with the actual pages that you have seen on the internet just a minute ago. So the home page would be here. So if I click on the home page, there it is there. But if I want to see it internally, just go to edit here. Okay, and you're presented with this page here. Now when you're presented with this page here, this is the picture that you're seeing live on the internet. But if you want to add text, so this is kind of like your editing section for your main website page. So if I want to say hello and welcome, okay, to Concede Boys Football Club, you can do that like that. Now there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you about. That's the text editing section here. Now before you go, you know, writing text and stuff like that, I want to talk to you about what these are at the top of the screen. Okay, now sometimes you'll see it like this, it'll be just like that, and sometimes if you click here, you'll see another list below you. Okay, but let's just start with the top list. This is a bold section. So a bold section is bolding the words basically just like this here. This is kind of going to give you a slant on the text by clicking this here. Okay, so we want to bring it back, we can do it like that. If we want to kind of change it again, just simply come up here and change that. If you want to have a strike through on this, simply come to the third one across, and that'll strike through like this and change the color and the content of it as well. So let's just go back and take that off for a minute. What we have here is we have bullet points. So we want a bullet point below that. Simply click here on the bullet point. You see the bullet point, the way it come in there? Okay, and then whatever we do underneath is going to be a bullet point. Okay, so if we go enter and write welcome again, we got another one, we got one, and so on, so on, so on. So that allows you to play around with that and to do bullet points with your text and your formatting. Okay, now say for instance we want this formatting, but we want it actually in the center. Well, this is the alignment buttons here. This is for the left, this is for the center, and this is for the far right. See the way the text is kind of jumped across the screen? So easy enough to do. Okay, find your way around. You won't break anything, by the way, and it's not changing anything on the website at the moment. Okay, so for instance, if we do a preview on that and I want the image in the center as well, I can do this. Now I've got the image and that in the center. Now if I press preview, what will happen is it's not actually changing, it's not live. These changes haven't taken place yet, but this is going to give you an image of what it will look like when it does go live on the internet. Okay, so there are some of the key things to find your way around. Just very simple, these ones here. Say for example I want to take this picture here and reduce it in size. I can click on that and reduce it down to 60%. Now if I want to keep it in the center, I just press update and the image just got smaller. See the way it's got smaller? Well, what happens if I want to change it that it goes to the side? Simple. These instructions here say left side, center, right, and we can bring it back to we can make it slightly bigger too if we want it to 130%, and press update, and again it updates it. So now it's over this side. I want to bring it back to the center, do it like this here. Very easy indeed. Okay, so update it, and now it comes through here. You got to remember too that this is an internal panel, that you're not actually changing anything until you press the update button. Okay, so you can quite easily play around with that. Now I want you to, there's another way of doing this as well. If you prefer to work on a full screen, you know, you just click here and the whole screen opens up in front of you, and you can basically, you know, do whatever you want to, type your text, that kind of stuff. You can, you know, this is your home title, which we're going to leave alone, but this is your text area, so you can add text and you can do all that. You know, I just prefer the other way, to be honest, you know, but it depends on yourself what way you want to use this. You know, exit full screen if you want to do that. Now if you decide that you want to add another image to it, how do I do it? Well, basically what you do is you come over here and see this add media button. This allows you to add a photograph. Now these are already uploaded inside the website. Okay, so basically what I've done that, but how do I upload a new picture? So if I want to take one of these, that's fine. I can take one of these and press insert, and it'll go into the actual page. Let's just do that right now so you see it. Okay, so there's the extra picture that's come along. I want to put it in the center just like the other ones, so they go underneath. That's fine. Okay, so but what happens if I want to do one from outside? So what I want to do is to make sure that this is clicked down. We want to add the media, and I want to go to the upload file. Okay, and select the file. This will be on your PC somewhere, so you got to pick an image that's of use. Say if I want this one here with the hands up in the air, simply click that there and it'll populate in here. I've done it there already, but this is just the second time around to show you. I can come over here and put a title in. I can put a caption in underneath the photograph, and I can insert it into the post. So if I want this image to go into the post, I simply click insert. Okay, and there it is. So if I want it in the center, there it is, and we can preview to see what it looks like. It'll come up on your screen, and there it is. Okay, the image hasn't come across, but it will update as you press update. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You can have text paragraphs. This here is for, say, your title. So if you have your big title and you want it in bold, okay, you can actually have it in a format where it goes to H1. It's known as a H1 tag, okay, which will make it kind of really big and kind of bold. And then underneath that, you can have, you come over here and you want to change it then to paragraphs, and you can write about a paragraph of information about the boys and that kind of stuff. And again, if you want to see what it looks like on screen, just go over the preview and it'll come up for you. Okay, so it's not live on the internet, it just gives you an idea of what it will look like on the screen. So you can play around with that pretty much all you want. Now, say for instance, I'm just going to delete this here, this headline. I want to change this headline. I want to put an underline in it. This image here will give you an underline. See the way it's underlined now? So what happens if I want to take this and I want to change the color? So you can just come down here, and this drop down menu will allow us basically to change it to green if you want it, you know, any color you basically want, and you can just preview it again. And again, it's not live on the internet, but it's actually changed. This is what they're saying it'll look like, and not until you press update will it change. So you know, you could change that to red, we can change it to blue, we can basically change, just highlight it first of course, and just press here, and again, there you go. Now if you have something written already, pre-written, and you have it in a text, plain text format or a Word format, what I suggest that you do is you don't use the Word format to copy and paste it, but you actually click on this here, which is the plain text, and you can copy and paste the information across here. In this case, I've just put in google.ie. Okay, and that'll actually, if I insert that, it'll go into the actual article as well. So if you've got a full page written, it'll save you a bit of time, but you use this one here rather than the Word itself. Okay, there's a few other formatting things that you can do as well here. You can insert a column if you want to get really fancy with it. You can do indents as well, and basically you can keep playing around with this. You're not going to break it, just a matter of getting used to it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We've added the photograph, we've added the text. Now there's a few other areas that I wanted to talk to you about, and that was about the widgets and stuff like that. So we can have other things here that are kind of players. We can add players to a list and stuff like that to appear on the side of the bar, which is your widget section, which is down here where this is. And in order to do that, all you simply got to do is come over here and add. You can have players, you can add new players, you can add a team. You know, it's like making a list. So basically you come along and you go players. I'm just going to leave that now for the moment, and you can basically add, say, a new team. So you can basically put a new team here, and again, if you want to edit it, just come in here and add, you know, the team, the goalkeeper, a list of things if you want to do it. You can add an image. So if you want to add the goalkeeper, you can do this. Goalkeeper today is Jim, say, for instance, and so forth. And that will populate in there, and it'll basically give them kind of a lineup. Now if you want to see this live on the internet, this is actually the link that you would use, so they would be sent here. So you've stay on page. Actually, it's probably saying to me that I need to save it first. Yeah, I need to do that, but you can see the photograph, no player photograph in there yet because it's not live, but as soon as it goes live, it'll tell the gyms and goals, so forth. You could have a list of forwards, backs, you know, midfielders, so forth, if you want to do that. It's fancy, I suppose. Fixtures, you can add the fixtures. So if you have up and coming fixtures that you want to add to this, you can just basically go into the fixtures level. I'm going to leave this page for the moment. I'm not going to save it. You can play around with that to your heart's content, and then you can quite clearly see that this is the Conceded Boys Football Club versus Lust, and I think Michael's probably done this one. So if you want to preview it, you can see it there and see what it looks like. Here it is here on your screen. So in order to change that to next week's, I mean, you could literally come in here and do several weeks in one after the next, you know, 12th of March and that kind of stuff. You could add a new one. So if you want to add a new one, just simply come down here, put in your name, your fixture, your media. You can add in a game report, who they're playing, fixture, date. You can just come in here, click on the date, say the 28th, Friday the 28th, probably not the date for time, location of the fixture, and to make it go live, you simply press the publish button. If you want to preview again, just come up here, press the preview. Got to remember the preview is never live, so you can't really do anything. If you make mistakes, don't worry about it. It's only till it goes published that, you know, it'll go live from that, you know. So you can literally have a list of them coming up, or you can add 10 of them in there, you can add 20 of them in there and change them every time. It's a matter of a quick button change. And you can have the seasons in there. You can put in a season if you want to put in the full season and add in text there in relation to that to name it, and put in the description of it and add the new. And when you add that, they just comes in and say the full season, what they've done throughout the season, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, the teams itself, you can add in team names, so you can put in under 10s just like here, under 11s, under 8s, so forth, and just go in and edit anytime that you want to do that. You can put in your description here, you can put in, you know, if you want to add it to underneath the other page, you can click here. If you want to use none, it'll just list it underneath it. Put in some information about it and update it. The gallery itself is just adding photographs, pretty easy to do. The appearance we've touched on, there's no need for you to get near that. The plugins, anytime you see a plugin that needs to be updated, just simply come here, and the next time that you're in there, if you see something that needs to be updated, update now, you know, just press update now and it'll go off and change it for you and do some stuff there. So this will activate the plugin, and basically it's working for you. So that's all you need to do there. You need to worry about anything else. We'll put in a few extra bits and pieces here for you to make it work a little bit more smoother. When you get this here, don't worry about it too much. I would even deactivate that particular one. It's not really necessary, so there's nothing to worry about. But your main areas here are your obviously your pages, which is the ones across the top. You can add the content and the text to it. Now posts are slightly different. Posts are different in a different way, because a post is like a page on the internet. So basically you could have pages off conceded bias. See the way this one has hello world, and if you look very closely at the top of the description, let me just pull this up for a second. Bear with me 1 second, let's see if we can, yeah. Up the top here you can see conceded bias, okay, and it's got / hello world. So if you want to write some articles about the football or about the teams, whatever, you can literally have the website, and when you save it, it will save it to the name of the actual article. So it can be conceded bias football club, say winning team, or whatever you want to do, and it'll be always be / winning team on it, or whatever the article's name is. In this case, we just have hello world, which you can basically put in the trash can. You don't need to worry about that because it's literally nothing. But if you want to add your own, you can simply add new and then give it a title. So you might here I've added an image actually, but let's take a brand new one. So if I just do add new, and let's call this one just winners, just so that you know. Okay, so now you see, let's do it in small letters. So say this was the article I'd written all about winners, and when I save it as a draft, at the end of that you can quite clearly see here, see the way it says WWHP, your conceded football clubs / winners. If I go to that, that's actually the page that's going to be live on the internet. So if you want to be exposed more on the internet and people get to know you, that's a good way to do it, because you're going to see more and more information. Don't worry about that. There's nothing found there at the moment because there's nothing actually there. But if I put in a load of text here and wrote an article and pressed update there, publish, that would actually be live on the internet. And it's a great way for you to kind of add new content to the site after you've done the pages. Okay, that's why I went to the pages first of all. The pages pretty much will stay the same. You can change and edit them, all right, but after that, if you want to add more content, use your posts, and you can do that every couple of weeks, every couple of days, depending on how ambitious you are and how much you want to write about it. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this is of use to you. If you've any questions, I'm sure Mick will run through them with you, and if you want to find out a little bit more about it, I'll see if I can leave a link that might explain a bit more detail. But I think we've covered pretty much everything there is to cover. Thank you once again for purchasing from Get Your Website to Page One. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.